Hey there, thanks for joining me for how to stay on track with your health and fitness during the shutdown without needing a gym or a strict diet. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Kevin Webb, and I am the owner of KW Fitness. I own and operate two personal training studios. We have a staff of personal trainers and nutrition coaches, and we are now training and coaching our clients remotely. This is my wife, also my daughter, Chloe. We've been going on a lot of walks lately. Every nice day that we get, we're out there at least one time, if not two times, going out for a nice family walk along with our two dogs, Buddy and Tank, who are not pictured here. But we've been having fun with it, making sure that we're getting out and staying active. We normally would anyways, but it's been nice seeing all the neighbors that we wouldn't normally see who are getting out and being active. I hope you have been as well. So what we're going to be covering is a different kind of swing on health and fitness. We're going to kind of cover a little bit of everything here. So stress, mindful eating, exercise, breathing, sleep, mindset. And then we're going to finish up with the one thing that you need to make sure that you stay on track with your health and fitness. Whether you have a lofty goal or not, everybody needs this one thing. So make sure you stick around to the end to catch that. So we're going to start off with stress, just because I know, especially in the time we're in right now, whether you're working or you're retired, it can be stressful with the things that are going on in our economy. So just some of the many benefits of reducing stress are greater productivity, more energy, having better job satisfaction if you are working, better sleep. We'll be getting to sleep in just a little bit, higher immunity, and just a better outlook on life. And who doesn't want that right now in the times we are in? There's a lot of fear going around. So better outlook on life is definitely going to benefit most of you if you don't already have that positive outlook. So one thing I'm going to have you do is, if you want to just get out your phone real quick, or if you have a notepad next to you, is just to write down where stress is coming from in your life. And I want you to stick to the top 3 stressors in your life. Okay, so go ahead and grab your phone or a pen and paper and go ahead and jot down those 3 stressors. Now, once you have those 3 stressors, I want you to think about those, whether they are in your control or whether they are out of your control. It is important to recognize not only where the stress is coming from, but what your reaction is to it. And if you're reacting in a very stressful way and it's something that is out of your control, try to find a way that you can redirect that stress or have a different reaction to the stressor. I always have loved the quote that no event is truly stressful. It's our reaction that is stressful. There are stressors in our life, but our reaction is what is stressful. It's an internal thing. So think about those top 3 things that you wrote down there and ask yourself, is this something that's in my control? And if it is, how can I change the outcome to not be stressful? And if it's out of my control, why is my reaction to that stressor stressful? So just a couple of tips for stress management. Letting go of perfection. I know that's something I struggle with, especially with being in the house a lot right now is keeping everything tidy and clean. I love having stuff organized and clean. And when I'm here all day in the house, I'm thinking about that, and I have to recognize that everything can't be perfect all the time. So letting go of perfection. Take mental breaks. Super important. Whatever that might mean for you. Take a mental break. Slow down and just, again, put things into perspective. Moving on to the nutrition piece. So we always have people ask us, hey, Kevin, or whoever at KW Fitness, what should I be doing, or what diet should I be doing to achieve X goal, whether it's weight loss or improving body composition? And In my opinion, that's the wrong question to be asking. The question that should be asked is, what are the habits or behaviors that I should be looking at that are going to help me not only to achieve my goal, but to maintain that long term? So it's a thought process I want you to try and change if you can. So not just the immediate result of the actions that are going to help you get there, but what can you do right now to get results, but also maintain them for the long term? So mindful eating for me is always that first step when it comes to helping anybody on the nutrition side of things. Eating mindlessly can cause overeating later on the day. And truthfully, the body does confuse fast or distracted eating with stress. And we all know how bad stress is for our body. And we need to control that stress. And this is one area that we can control stress by not eating fast or distracted eating. So just have one goal to have one mindful meal per day, whether that's your breakfast, you're sitting down with whatever you're eating. For me, it's a shake every morning. And just have that one mindful meal. Here's what a mindful meal might look like. 5 to 10 breaths before your meal. So just, relaxing, de-stressing, breathing. Serve your food pre-portioned. Put on your plate what you know you should be eating and not going back for more. Breathe in between each bite. For me, in order to stick with that, I have to set down my fork or my spoon, and that allows me the time in between each bite. So I eat, set it down, and then I go into my next bite after that. Eat while sitting down. I haven't seen too many people doing this, but definitely don't be up moving around eating your meal. Sit down, eat slowly without distractions. My grandma, anytime we went over to her house for like a family meal, this was one thing that she always said. I never really understood it until I started teaching clients why it is important, and it's just to eat slow. Sit down, eat slow, and be mindful. So I challenge you to find one meal in the day where you can stick to these guidelines of eating mindfully, and you'll see the results pretty quickly from something like this. And what the results might look like are different for everyone. One thing that I hope you do find is that you feel fuller, maybe quicker than you might have if you were eating fast or distracted. Exercise. So now people seem to have some more time at home to do, various things, whether it's a puzzle or cleaning or what have you. So that means people definitely have time to fit in some exercise. But why aren't people doing it? Probably because either they don't enjoy it or they're not making the time for it. It's not the first thing they think of. So the importance of exercise, number one, it pumps up your endorphins. Those are the feel-good feelings, the neurotransmitters. So again, called endorphins. Sorry, my dogs are here. They're being a little bit whiny. Meditation and motion. So after any activity or workout, you'll often find that you've forgotten the day's irritations or stressors, and you're just concentrated on the exercise in the moment, your body's movement. You're not thinking of much else. So it's a good way to distract yourself. So we call that meditation and motion. It also improves your mood. So exercise helps to relax you. It increases your self-confidence and even improves sleep, which again, we're going to get to in just a minute here. Sleep is super important. If you're not getting exercise, you might not be sleeping well. So if you find that you're not sleeping as well as you know you should be, this could be a component that you could easily slip into your day, whether it's 5, 10, 15, 30 minutes out of your day, whatever works best for you. So my tips for at-home exercise, because no one has a gym right now, is to, number one, just keep it super simple. The reason I say that is because if it's too complicated, chances are if you're not doing it, you're probably not going to do it. And then commit to something that you'll be likely to do, whether it's an actual at-home exercise workout, a walk, around the block or up the street, a run if you're a runner. Honestly, it's not me, so I'm probably going to choose walking and working out. Or maybe it's yoga. That's a good way to add in the meditation and the exercise all in one, and breathing. And then the biggest thing with this is just make an appointment with yourself and stick to it. Just like when you have an appointment with your doctor or your dentist, it's something that you've committed to. There's a date, there's a time, so it's specific, and stick to it and follow through. So I encourage you to make an appointment. Otherwise, it's probably, again, not going to happen. So if it's not simple, it's not in your calendar, you're probably not going to do it. So these are the things that I recommend that you stick to. Breathing and meditation. So the main thing I wanted to get in here is making sure that you're breathing properly and not inducing more stress on your body than it's intended. So what I mean by that is where you're actually breathing. So what I'm going to have you do real quick, is just a little exercise, is put one hand on your chest and one hand on your stomach. Now I want you to take a nice deep breath in and out. And I want you to recognize whether it's coming into your chest or into your belly. And if it's coming into your chest, that's considered more of a flight or flight response kind of breathing. So it's shallow breathing. We want to make sure we're breathing through the belly. So I encourage you to practice that if you're not breathing through your belly, to take some belly breaths, nice, deep, long, slow breaths in and out, to try and train yourself to make sure that you're breathing properly and not causing that unneeded stress on your body by breathing shallowly. And second to last component is sleep. In all honesty, if someone is struggling to lose weight or has low energy, this is the first area that I would ask somebody about, is their sleeping pattern. Whether someone can't go to sleep right away or they're waking up, various times during the night, sleeping needs to be improved. So it is, you've probably heard it recommended to sleep anywhere from 7 to 9 hours per night. And like I mentioned earlier, exercise is a good way to, try and improve your sleep quality. But if you're not getting sleep to begin with, it's that vicious cycle of, making sure you exercise to sleep and then making sure you sleep to, feel enough energy to want to exercise. So they kind of go hand in hand. So this is a really good, important area to look at. If you're finding trouble getting to sleep, there are a few different things that you can look at. One might be your caffeine consumption, and then where in the day you're drinking it compared to when you're going to bed. I'm going to sneeze. Maybe not. Nope, went away. Your screen time before going to bed. There's a couple different things. So if sleeping is an issue for you and you're also struggling to lose weight or you're low on energy, this is an area to look at to try and improve. Mindset and gratitude. So I mentioned this quote earlier: no event is truly stressful. It is our reaction to the event that is stressful. I want to encourage you to, for the next 7 days, take a journal or, again, use your phone, and before you begin your day, write down 3 things that you are grateful for, and track your mindset from when you started that to after those 7 days. And if you're feeling good after those 7 days, keep going. Maybe shoot for 21 days or 30 days. This is something that I've found is super, super helpful, especially, again, in the times that we're in, to have that positive outlook. One of the things that can help is having a good mindset and practicing gratitude. So I want to end with the one thing that you need, and that is accountability and support. So this doesn't mean, let me back up. Oops, I had a little glitch there. So accountability and support. So this is the biggest area that we help our clients with. We always say that you can have the best exercise and nutrition program in the world, but if you're not sticking to it, it's simply just not going to happen for you. You're not going to get the results that you want, and you're going to slip backwards in your health and fitness. And that's the last thing that I want for you. So whether it's having an accountability buddy, that's a mouthful, whether it be your significant other or a family member or a friend, it's super important to have that accountability to stick to what you want to do. I mentioned earlier putting exercise in your calendar and sticking to it. Sometimes that's not even enough. So it's important to have someone who's going to hold you accountable. But along with that is having support. Accountability sometimes could be looked at as a negative thing. But at KW Fitness, accountability for us and our clients, it's more of a support thing. Just being the guide along the way and just being that person that you can talk to, bounce ideas off of, and It's really, really important to sticking with it, not only in the short term, but also in the long term. So I encourage you, if you don't have any support, if you don't have someone helping you with accountability to sticking with it because you know that you can't unless you have that, please reach out to us. We are doing a little offer right now during this time. It's a 21-day program. So not a long commitment by any means. After that 21 days is up, you have the option of just doing our program on a weekly basis with no long-term commitment. If you're interested in something like that because you know you need that accountability, you know you need that support and that guidance, or maybe just need a little bit more of an education around what to do and how to do it and all those things, we can definitely dive into that for you and give you that education where you might need it to help you get to where you're looking to get. My email is kevin@kwfitnessny. You should have already received an email from me. If you started watching this right away, it's already in your inbox. Again, that's Kevin, Kevin, @kwfitnessny, as in New York.com. And I'd love to have a chat with you and maybe hop on a discovery call to see if our services might be a good fit for you to help you get to your health and fitness goals. Also, I'm always open for any questions you might have. You can feel free to reach out to that same email if you have a question, or if you're looking for just a little bit of help and you're not looking to dive into a program, I'd be happy to help you. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay healthy, stay well, and keep on keeping on. And thanks for tuning in.